Welcome back, boys. This is going to be a super valuable video for those of you guys that want to learn how to structure your workouts, want to learn how to build an aesthetic physique, and are confused why you've been in the gym for, years, you're still not making progress, you're still not building that, proportional aesthetic Greek god physique that we all want to build. I'm going to break down why you should stop following popular splits like push-pull legs, the Arnold split upper-lower, and why you need to switch over to what I call the Greek god split. We're going to cover exercise selection. We're going to cover at the end of the video the one secret that is actually keeping you from training for aesthetics, from building the physique of your dreams. And I'm going to try to go into a ton of depth here, really explain everything that you guys would need to know. So let's jump into it, boys. All right, so first off, let's just start. I'm going to minimize my window right here and go over to the corner. All right, boys. So what is an aesthetic physique, right? Let's try to break it down as simple as possible. We have an image here on the right, which we would say, a lot of you guys would say is the ideal aesthetic physique, right? Big shoulders, big traps, right? You're going to have that broad upper chest, that tight waist, the abs coming in, that kind of thing, right? So let's try to break it down as simple as possible. The 6 aesthetic muscle groups, right? You have your upper chest, which is what gives you that broad frame. You have your shoulders, which is what really allows you to fill out a t-shirt. Then you have your abs. Obviously, this is the most attractive muscle group. This is the one that we all want to build. You have your back, which is really focusing on that V taper, right? Getting that broad back, getting that V taper, that small waist, right? Then you have your arms, specifically your forearms, right? That's what's going to show in a shirt, and that's what's going to really make it look like you lift. And then you have your neck and traps, right? Just trust me on this. These are literally going to be one of the most important muscle groups to develop to build an aesthetic physique. Okay. Yes, obviously you guys need to train your legs. These 6 are just the muscles that will give you the most bang for your buck in terms of attractiveness, and really kind of building that physique that we all kind of want to go after. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit right now about why you need to stop training with these popular splits that you see all over social media, right? The first one, obviously, you have push-pull legs, then you have the Arnold split, and then you have upper-lower/full body. I'm going to break down why these splits are not effective and why they often just lead to you overdeveloping the wrong muscle groups, okay? So with push-pull legs, most of the time you're going to be under-training your arms. Chest and back are major muscle groups, and you end up overdeveloping both when you train on PPL. Okay, if you don't have the right exercise selection, you end up with a saggy chest and a rounded back. Now, the Arnold split, okay? This is definitely a solid split, but again, you do not have the right balance of muscle groups. Your back and chest cannot be hit effectively in the same day. Like we said earlier, they're major muscle groups. And if you try to go hit chest, by the time you get to back, you're not going to be able to hit it with the same intensity, okay? Moving on, we have the upper-lower full body split. This just will not give you enough sets per muscle group. You'll never tear enough tissue to see the growth that you guys actually want. And you're not going to develop the small muscle groups that really build that complete proportional aesthetic physique, all right? So what should you be doing instead? You should be implementing the Greek god split, okay? This split ensures that you hit every muscle group you need to effectively build an aesthetic physique. It makes sure you target every muscle group 2 times a week and really just brings the whole package together, okay? So this is what it looks like. You're going to have chest, triceps with your front delts. Then you're going to do back, biceps with your rear delts. Then you're going to have legs, which is going to be quad focused, and then a hamstring focused leg day. And then you're going to have shoulders, biceps, and triceps, right? This shoulder arm day is the key of this split. So we combine a popular split of the push-pull legs with adding in this shoulder arm day from the Arnold so we can really build an aesthetic physique. Now, why does this split actually work, okay? Shoulders and arms are one of the key muscle groups that actually make it look like you lift. Most splits put these as a secondary movement, right? And you'll hit chest and then you'll move into triceps. You'll hit back first, you'll hit your 3 to 4 back exercises, and then you'll move into biceps, right? By adding in an entire day dedicated to training them, you can make sure to prioritize them. And because they're small muscle groups, that means they recover quicker, which means you can hit them multiple times inside of your split. Simply rotate through these 4 training days that I just covered on that last slide, taking a rest day every 2 to 3 days, depending on training intensity, and you're going to watch the progress skyrocket, okay? All right, so what are the best exercises for each workout? There's a ton of exercises here. You guys can pause the video, take a screenshot, build out your own program, write it down in your notes. But we have your chest and triceps. You have obviously your compound movements like incline Smith, incline dumbbell. Then you move into some more hypertrophy movements, right? That's your pec deck, your low to high flies. For triceps, you have your rope tricep extensions, straight bar pushdowns, scroll crushers, dips, right? For your back and biceps, you have your pull-ups. These are going to be the bread and butter movement of back, right? This really allows you to develop that complete physique, is doing the pull-ups, especially if you move into weighted, right? Then you have lat pullovers, going to build that thickness in your lats. You have your medium to close grip rows. You have lat pull downs, neutral and wide grip. You have your single arm dumbbell rows, T-bar rows, single arm cable rows, hammer curls. You get the point, okay? Shoulders. You have your Smith machine shoulder press. You have your dumbbell shoulder press, lateral raises, front raises, cable lateral raises, rear delt flies, rear delt rows, right? Legs. You have your squats. Especially doing heel elevated is going to allow you to target your quads a lot more effectively. Then you have your hack squats, RDLs, leg extensions, toes pointing out to really develop that teardrop muscle. Then you have sissy squats, right? This just tears a lot more fibers. It's a body weight exercise. Then you have hamstring curls, leg press, press calf raises, standing calf raises, etc. These are the core exercises that you need to build into your program. But I just went over a ton of different exercises. So how do you actually structure these inside of your lift? All right, so this is how you guys are going to structure your lift for aesthetics. On your chest and tricep days, you need to focus on building that upper chest. I love starting with a cable/machine movement like flies, like pec deck. That way you get a pump before you go hit a compound lift. That way when you're doing your incline Smith press, you're doing your dumbbell incline, you already have a pump and you can really feel the muscle group as you're building it, okay? For your back days, you want to break down your back days into a width-focused day and a thickness-focused day, okay? So one day should be more lat-focused and one day should be more focused on things like rows, traps, and really building that middle back, that thickness of your back, okay? Shoulders. Your shoulders are a small muscle group. This means they can be trained 3 to 4 times a week. That's why we have a shoulder arm day and hit them on chest and back as well, right? So they recover really fast. They can handle a lot of sets, a lot more volume, and it's why we kind of add in a whole day dedicated to training them. They're the core muscle group that's going to make it look like you lift and really build out that aesthetic physique. You could have no other muscle groups besides abs and big shoulders, and people are going to look at you and think you're fucking jacked. Okay, so legs. You can break up your leg day up into 2 ways. You can do a hypertrophy day, which is going to be higher reps, a little bit lower weight, and then you can do a strength day, right? That's going to be higher weight, going a lot heavier on your squats, going a lot heavier on your leg press. Or you can break it into a hamstring focused day and a quad focused day. This is going to allow you to really develop those muscle groups, and you're going to feel really sore after hitting these lifts. So let's talk about the most underrated muscle group. All of our journey started with trying to get abs. It's the core reason we got into the gym. It's the core thing that we're looking to do. It's the thing that everybody sees and thinks that you look in shape, you look good, you look attractive, right? Somewhere along the way, we all fell for this myth that you do not have to train them to get a good six-pack. Social media convinced us that it's just diet, but that's not true. It's not 80% in the kitchen and 20% training. The biggest reason you do not have ab definition is not because you are not lean enough. Okay, it's because you do not have the muscle group built up. Train your abs and watch how much more defined they get. A lot of you guys are skinny fat. A lot of you guys are already lean or really skinny, or maybe you're just struggling to get rid of that last layer. But if you do not have a solid core built up under there, losing that last layer of fat is not going to change anything, okay? So make sure you're training abs properly. So how do you actually train them though? Okay, I'm going to drop a full video on it just as in depth of this, really going over all the different styles of training. So stay tuned for that. But let's just try to break it down as simple as possible. There's 3 different styles of ab training. The one you're going to see the most results from will be hanging ab workouts, right? That's going to be on the dip machine, putting your with the pads, putting it here, doing leg raises, doing hanging leg raises. Those are going to be building your core the most, right? It's because you get a full stretch, which helps them grow the most. There is also like hanging oblique crunches. Like I said, using the dip machine pads, all of that is going to really make sure you can build that complete physique. But try adding these in before your lift so you can make sure you hit them regularly, at least 3 to 4 times a week, right? So get to the gym, do a couple pull-ups to warm up, stretch out for a second, and then go hit an ab workout before your lift. That way, by the time you get done with your lift, you're tired, you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and you end up skipping the ab training. Start your lift with it, implement this habit, and trust me, you're going to see a lot more definition in your abs. Okay. It's not just me or genetics, right? I know you guys all saw those physique pictures. You see me on Instagram and you kind of think like, well, like I don't have that good of genetics, right? I can't get those kind of abs. Here's one of my one-on-one clients that started using the Mount Olympus program, the AB program, and saw results within 2 weeks, all right? Most of you guys cannot stick to a plan or commit to the process. You guys need to hold yourself accountable and understand that consistency compounds. Okay, you have to train abs multiple times a week. You have to show up to the gym every day. You have to go to the gym, eat the right foods, and you will watch the change happen. Below, you can see this, one of my clients, Ben Beek. This is a 14-day difference after he started training abs correctly and implementing the rest of the Olympian protocol, right? So you can see in the photo on the left here, he had a lot less definition. He had his abs weren't coming in. And then within 2 to 3 weeks of training, his lower abs got a lot more defined. His obliques came in a lot more. And he really built a complete six-pack. So the secret, right? I know this is what you guys are waiting for, right? The one secret that you need to know to build an aesthetic physique. There's only one secret to training for aesthetics. You have to have a goal. You have to have this end vision of the physique that you were trying to build every time you go to the gym. You have to see the potential that your genetics have and then chase after it with the right intentions and attack it with the right plan. Anything you guys can see online can be achieved when you follow the right plan, when you implement the right exercises to overcome your weak points, and when you have a diet program that allows you to build muscle while you get leaner, okay? I knew this even when I looked like that first picture. I hated the way that I looked. I had no definition in my abs. I had small shoulders. I had this narrow frame, and I saw guys like Alex Eubank and David Lade, and I wanted to build a perfect physique like them. But I didn't use it as a demotivator, right? I didn't use my genetics as a demotivator. I didn't say these guys have better genetics than me. They took steroids. Instead, I used it as a motivator to show me what was possible when I locked in on my goals, okay? So I spent days, I spent months, I spent years researching, filling up entire notebooks with how to train for aesthetics, how to build the perfect physique, right? What exercises are good, implementing it in, going to the gym, training with intensity, okay? And I was able to overcome all of my weak points and master this system, okay? I walk around looking like this every day. Broad shoulders, tight waist, defined abs, right? And I was not only able to do it with myself, but I've done it with countless guys, okay? So I hope you guys took a ton of value from this video. I hope you guys took notes. If you didn't, go back and rewatch. Implement this stuff in. Trust me, it will change your physique. Trust me, it will allow you to build, that perfect physique that we're all chasing. And I hope you guys found a bunch of value. I'm going to be making a bunch of presentations like this, really going into depth into every question that you guys ask, okay? How to build a V-taper, how to get more defined abs. You're going to have entire presentations on that. So comment below what you guys thought. Comment below, if you have any other questions, things you want answered, and I will make a full video on it. And for those of you guys that have been training in the gym for months, years, and are not making progress, I am telling you, you are missing a few key variables, okay? And if you want my help, right? You want my help building out a structured plan based around your weak points. You want a diet program built around your goals. You want my help holding you accountable. We can jump on a call. You can book one down below. We'll go over your weak points. We'll go over your struggles. We'll go over exactly how I can help you as a coach. We'll get you set up on my private app, and we'll get you exactly where you want to be. You can book that call below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys. And for those of you guys that are making it this far, you guys are going to achieve everything you want. Just stay consistent, eat the food, and train with intensity. You guys got this. Peace, boys.